Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Planning Board meeting of Wednesday, Planning Board meeting of Cohasset, the town of Cohasset, on the 16th of February, 2022. This meeting is being held by Zoom, and Ms. Lynn will explain the way by which individuals can communicate.
So I'll explain. Typically, we have members of the public communicate with the board via the question and answer function at the bottom of the screen. We typically ask for you to input your name and address. You can leave comments there, or you can indicate that you'd like to address the board. With that said, that will be for future reference because there's been an issue with the public meeting agenda posting for tonight, so we won't be taking any public comment. But for future reference, that is where you input comments.
All right, I thought that would be best to get that out of the way. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What we will be doing tonight is to first call the roll, and then we will open the public hearings and we will continue them sequentially. So by roll call, Clark Brewer.
Clark Brewer here.
Tom Callahan.
Here.
Eric Potter.
Rick Potter here.
Amy Glassmeyer here. It was not clear. Lauren, I'd like to ask you to read the individual hearing notices, please.
Sure. Before I get to that, would you like me to explain the process and sort of what we're going to do tonight?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So just to let everyone know, there was a technical error in the meeting agenda posting, which is the sort of document that posts the itinerary of what we discussed at each meeting. It was because of the technical error, it wasn't received and posted by the town clerk's office in the 48 hours prior to the meeting start time, as is required under open meeting law. With that said, though there was an issue with the agenda, we do have 3 public hearings that have their own individual notices that were noticed correctly. Because of this sort of snafu with the agenda, what we're doing tonight is we're going to administratively open all of the public hearings. We will read the public hearing notice, and then we will not hear any information this evening. We will simply continue to a date and time certain, which will be rescheduled for next week at the same time via Zoom. So I do apologize for the inconvenience. We did do our best to try to notify the applicants and post on the website and corresponding public hearing notices through the town clerk's office to give as many folks advance notice as we could. But we will need to proceed that way because we're not publicly posted to conduct any other business tonight.
So thank you, Ms. Lynn, for that introduction. So basically, Ms. Lynn will read the individual public hearing notices, which means we will open them. And then at the end of the 3, we will basically adjourn. So please begin, Ms. Lynn.
Okay, thank you. I will read them in the order that they were supposed to appear in the agenda. So first, this is a notice of public hearing Cohasset Planning Board pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 40A and Section 300-12 and Section 300-18 of the Cohasset zoning bylaws. The Planning Board will hold a virtual public hearing on the Zoom platform, webinar ID 874-9689-0988, password 554679, on Wednesday, February 16th, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. for a Village Business District special permit application for property being shown on Cohasset Assessor's Map E5-18008A, otherwise known as 12 Parking Way. The application is for the permitting of a restaurant use with mechanical or live entertainment as defined in the Cohasset zoning bylaws table of area regulations. The application seeks to address entertainment plans for a previously granted site plan approval for a seasonal beer garden and raw bar in the rear parking lot of 12 Parking Way. The application is submitted by Split Rock Social Inc. A copy of the application, plans, and accompanying documents are on file in the town clerk's office at Cohasset Town Hall, 41 Highland Avenue, with office hours of Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Electronic copies of said application can be obtained by contacting Planning Director Lauren Lind via email at lind@cohassetma.org. Any person interested or wishing to be heard on the application should access the virtual meeting at the time designated, signed Amy Glassmeyer, Chair, Planning Board. I am going to recommend that the Planning Board make a motion to continue this hearing to February 23rd at 6:30 p.m. And I will let the board know that I did receive written agreement from this applicant as well as the other two applicants for the next two hearings that they agree to the continuation.
Thank
So
you,
moved.
Mr. Brewer. Roll call, Mr. Callahan,
Aye.
Mr. Brewer,
Aye.
Mr. Potter,
Aye.
Amy Glassmeyer, aye.
Thank you. I will now get started on the second hearing. So notice of public hearing, Classic Planning Board. Pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 40A and Section 300-5.4 of the Classic Zoning Bylaws, the Planning Board will hold a virtual public hearing on the Zoom platform, webinar ID 874-9689-0988, password 554679, on Wednesday, February 16th, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. for a large house plan review for property being shown on Classic Assessors Maps D21724, otherwise known as 270 Jerusalem Road, Classic, Massachusetts 02025. The application is for the renovation of an existing single-family residence for a new total RGFA 8,517 square feet. The application is submitted by Meyer & Meyer Inc. A copy of the application's plans and accompanying documents are on file in the town clerk's office at Classic Town Hall, 41 Highland Avenue, with the office hours of Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8:30 a.m., 4:30 p.m., Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Electronic copies of said application can be obtained by contacting Planning Director Lauren Lind via email at llind@cohassetma.org. Any person interested or wishing to be heard on the application should access the virtual meeting at the time designated. Signed, Amy Glassmeyer, Chair, Planning Board. I again will recommend that the board, with the understanding that we have the applicant agreeing to continue, that we will continue this to February 23rd at 6:30 p.m.
Can I get a motion? Mr. Brewer,
Aye.
Mr. Callahan,
Aye.
Mr. Potter,
Aye.
Amy Glassmeyer, aye.
All right, thank you. And third, notice of public hearing, Classic Planning Board. Pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 40 and Section 228, Article 2 of the Classic Zoning Bylaws, the Planning Board will hold a virtual public hearing on the Zoom platform, webinar ID 874-9689-0988, password 554679, on Wednesday, February 16th, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. for an application for a scenic road work permit for property being shown on Classic Assessors Map C101S1, otherwise known as 580 Jerusalem Road, Classic, Massachusetts 02025. The application is to review occurrence of unauthorized tree removal in the town-owned portion of the right-of-way on a scenic road. A copy of the application plans and accompanying documents are on file in the town clerk's office at Classic Town Hall, 41 Highland Avenue, with office hours of Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Electronic copies of said application can be obtained by contacting Planning Director Lauren Lind via email at llind@cohassetma.org. Any person wishing to be heard, the third time you think I get it, any person interested or wishing to be heard on the application should access the virtual meeting at the time designated. Signed, Amy Glassmeyer, Chair, Planning Board. And I will once again let you know that we have received a written continuation agreement from this applicant and request that the board continue this to February 23rd at 6:30 p.m.
Can I get a
So
motion,
moved.
please? Thank you, Mr. Brewer,
Aye.
Mr. Callahan,
Aye.
Mr. Potter.
Aye.
Amy Glassmeyer, aye. Ms. Lind.
So the last thing I'll say, for the benefit of, we have 4 members of the public who are here tonight. Again, we apologize for the inconvenience. This is just, this was out of our hands as the agenda issue allowed us to not post in the 48 hours that was required. What this does do is we will continue all of this information. We will hear the introductory presentations from the applicants, and we'll have opportunity for public comment when this is continued on February 23rd. It will be the same Zoom meeting access code. I made sure of that when I rescheduled the 23rd, so you can access via the information that you received in your public hearing notices via mail, or you can just go to the town website. The town public meeting calendar will have the correct agenda information for February 23rd. And it actually is already posted so that we are all set, and we'll see you in 1 week. So with that, thank you all to the board members for your time. Tom is joining us actually even from Las Vegas. So thank you for taking your time tonight, and I'll see you all next week.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Roll call, Mr. Brewer,
Aye.
Mr. Callahan,
Aye.
Mr. Potter.
Aye.
Amy Glassmeyer, aye. Thank you. We will see you all in a week.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night, everyone.